If you've ever consumed alcohol at a bar, restaurant, or someone else's home, you may have at some point wondered, will I be breaking the law if I drive myself home? This also leads to the more general question, is it against the law for someone to have a drink or two and then drive? I'm California DUI and criminal defense attorney Joseph A. Tang. I'm the principal attorney of the Joseph A. Tang law firm, which is based out of the Southern California, Los Angeles area. The short general answer to these questions is no, but it will depend on how much you had to drink prior to driving. One of the most important principles to understand about driving under the influence law in California, and likely in all other jurisdictions in America, is that it is not illegal to drink and drive. Conversely, however, it is illegal in California to either drive under the influence or DUI, or drive with a blood alcohol concentration level of 0.08% or greater. So what does that mean in simple terms? What this means is that a person can legally drink as much alcohol as they want and drive up until the point where they either become under the influence of alcohol or their blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, reaches or exceeds 0.08%. At the earliest of these two events, drinking and driving then becomes illegal because it then becomes DUI, or driving with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% or greater, both of which are criminal offenses in the state of California. For reference, under the influence is legally defined as being so mentally or physically impaired as a result of drinking that a person is no longer able to drive with the caution of a sober person under ordinary care under similar circumstances. So basically, if you can't drive as safely as a careful, sober person under similar circumstances, then you are deemed to be under the influence. It is also relevant to the subject to understand two key principles: that a person can come under the influence of alcohol with less than 0.08% BAC, and that 0.08% is the amount of alcohol that science has determined that everyone is under the influence of alcohol or too drunk to drive. First, there are situations where some people become under the influence of alcohol prior to reaching a BAC level of 0.08% or greater. It depends on that person's particular body and physiology, whether they got enough sleep before they drank, whether they're sick or on medication, whether they were drinking on an empty stomach, etc., etc. Consequently, they become unsafe to drive despite consuming less alcohol than it would take to raise their blood alcohol level to 0.08%. But understand that this relationship between being under the influence and being at or above 0.08% does not apply equally both ways. You cannot be at or above 0.08%, but also not be under the influence. That is because science has determined at 0.08% or greater, everyone is too drunk to drive. Men, women, heavy people, light people, Black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, one arm, one leg, one eye, etc., etc. 0.08% is essentially the legal ceiling where everyone above that level is under the influence. So it is just a one-way mutually exclusive relationship between being under the influence and having a BAC of 0.08% or greater. The takeaway from all of this is that drinking and driving is legal, and you may be okay to drive so long as you don't drink so much that at some point your drinking and driving turns into the criminal offense of either or both driving under the influence or driving with a BAC of 0.08% or greater. And even if you don't drink so much as to reach a BAC of 0.08% or greater, you still may be breaking the law. The bottom line here is that it can be really hard to tell where the line is when a perfectly legal activity turns into a criminal offense, and the difference of being on one side of the line versus the other could be just a matter of less than one drink at the end of the night before jumping in your car. So stay safe and don't take bad risks out there on the road. Please feel free to give us a call at 626-213-5358 for legal help if you may have crossed that line or are being falsely accused of crossing that line. Or visit our website at jtanelaw.com. Also, please like this video and subscribe to our firm's channel. I'm attorney Joseph A. Tang. Thanks for watching.